Well, I'm a little freaked out myself. Dogecoin is actually going to the moon. It's leaving Earth and being shot on a literal rocket into space. And I predicted this almost exactly on my Saturday morning live stream, pre-announcement and even pre-Elon going on SNL. So Nostradamus, Edgar Cayce, and even Miss Cleo, why don't you take the back seat, because it's time for Chico Crypto. What am I talking about? Well, Dogecoin is going to the moon, like Elon said it was going to on SNL. To the moon! And then, like he said on April Fool's Day, too. Yeah, Dogecoin is going to the moon as SpaceX accepted the currency as payment and will be launching Doge 1 next year with a Dogecoin payload, which Elon confirmed in a tweet on Sunday, the first cryptocurrency in space, with a nice meme magic video Doge to go along with it. And I predicted just this spot on. If you didn't tune in to the weekend live stream, what the freak are you doing? Set those dang notifications because you missed out. We covered Elon's hints in his Spotify playlist, Doge number 1 he left, and then LMRST in his Spotify playlist, which is an abbreviation for a type of satellite too, the low mass radio science transponder. So I found those hints from Elon in the past too, the April Fool's Day tweet. It was obvious that this was coming to me. So that is what I predicted. He was going to launch Dogecoin to the moon, but through my research of what an LMRST satellite is, I predicted it would go further. Let's listen in to the stream on Saturday. The IRIS V2 was derived from the low mass radio science transponder, LMRST. And if you look into actually what the IRIS V2 is, what it does, this is, NASA. IRIS V2.1, one of the newest type of these satellites out right now. And this is what it does. It does proximity operations at other planets such as Mars. So yeah, my opinion, it is for putting Dogecoin maybe farther out, crypto farther out, interplanetary communication for stuff. Yeah, he was hinting at it, totally. Interplanetary communication and further out. Like I showed in the video, the live stream, a Dogecoin eventually on Mars? Well, let's just go back to the CNBC news release. It said, SpaceX Vice President of Commercial Sales, Tom Occhierno, said in a statement that Doge 1 will demonstrate the application of cryptocurrency beyond Earth orbit and set the foundation for interplanetary commerce. Then going to the definition of interplanetary, that means existing, carried on, or operating between planets. The moon isn't a planet, so what Tom of SpaceX means, this is setting the foundation for a commerce system between Earth and Mars? But who is this through? Who are the partners of this with SpaceX and Elon? Well, going to the original press release from the PR Newswire, it says, Geometric Energy Corporation, GEC, announced today the Doge 1 mission to the moon, the first ever commercial lunar payload in history, paid entirely with Doge, will launch aboard a SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. Geometric Energy Corporation's Doge 1 mission to the moon will involve Geometric Space Corporation, GSC, mission management collaborating with SpaceX to launch a 40 kg CubeSat, low mass radio science transponder LMRST, as a rideshare on a Falcon 9 lunar mission payload in Q1 2022. The payload will obtain lunar spatial intelligence from sensors and cameras on board with integrated communications and computational systems. The article then says Doge has been chosen as the unit of account for all lunar business between SpaceX and Geometric Energy Corporation and sets precedent for future missions to the moon and Mars. Point Blank LLC, Mimir Solutions, and Iteration Syndicate will collaborate with Geometric on software and hardware design for the mission. Additional payload space will be allocated to include digital art in the form of space plaques provided by Geometric Labs Corporation and Geometric Gaming Corporation. A lot to digest, a lot to break down, but let's begin with the main company working with SpaceX, Geometric Energy's subsidiary Geometric Space Corporation. Their website has a SpaceX launch countdown and a mission of the company. Their mission: to contribute to the creation of a multi-planetary civilization. The intermediary steps include optimizing current technology and expanding the commercial space market. It is those latter tasks on which the company is currently concentrating. And the team members of the company include many heavyweights from in and around the space industry. CEO Sam Reed serves on the Signature Technology Consultation Committee for the Canadian Space Agency. CTO Vamsi Reddy's notable activities include cybersecurity hardening projects with the U.S. Air Force, advanced research projects pertaining to mitigating radiation on astronauts, and collaboration with NASA's Ames Research Center on magnetic field image technology projects. Gary Bernhard is the lead space engineer, and notable recent projects include contributing towards the Space Shuttle and International Space Station. So that multi-planetary civilization mission of theirs, it's not a joke. They are really going after it. But remember, there are others helping with this, and this is where we get all crypto. The press release says Point Blank LLC, Mimir Solutions, and Iteration Syndicate ITS will collaborate with Geometric on software and hardware design for the mission. Now let's get super weird and interesting for that BC Leaks Army, hoorah! Two of those companies lead us down a rabbit hole. I found Point Blank's website. It doesn't provide much information. It's sparse on who they are exactly and what they do, but it is mysterious to say the least. What about Mimir Solutions? Well, let's Google to search by their name. First three results are Mimir Blockchain Solutions, not just Mimir Solutions. It's the fourth result, which is a GitHub. Mimir Solutions is a DAO. And look who is contributing to this. Coyote Doge. We know him from where? Well, scrolling down into Mimir's GitHub documentation, one of their ecosystem projects is NFY, Non-Fungible Yearn. Yeah, the underrated, misunderstood NFT-based project. So, why is this important for NFY? Well, look at one of the last things they said in the press release. Additional payload space will be allocated to include digital art. Digital art is NFTs. Remember, in the press release, they said Mimir is helping Geometric with their hardware and software solutions for the mission. Could NFY be helping on the NFT front of this mission? Elon did say a meme was going to space. The only way they could do that was through an NFT. Well, going to NFY's Twitter, they suspiciously retweeted Geometric Energy Corporation's announcement tweet of the mission. And the last tweet from them is April 21st, a picture of a Greek god statue holding up a torch, but with NFY on the moon, and they said, second star to the right, straight on till morning. That's it. That's the tweet. Oh yeah, they were hinting. But what about the last one, Iteration Syndicate? Well, this is the team behind RENA Finance. Going to their Twitter, they have the tweet pinned that yes, they are collaborating on this mission. And guess who was just on an initial audit stream for their protocol? May 7th, Blockchain Leaks, aka Chico Crypto was. On that stream, I had no idea these guys were involved. It was my first time meeting the team. I just liked their idea and I wanted to help out. All I have to say is it's freaking spooky, and Elon Musk, you better not be funking with my reality. But I'm about to shatter your reality, and it's time for a bit of Chico Crypto blockchain leaks out there woohoo type content. I'm sure when I predicted the satellite stuff on Saturday, before it happened, people were calling me crazy then too. And I gotta thank the new Chico Crypto editor for part of this idea. Thanks, Cody. So I've been saying for some time, Elon Musk is a prime Satoshi Nakamoto suspect, and he could possibly be the creator of Bitcoin. There is some solid evidence out there that points towards him being the creator. Our guess, if Elon is Satoshi, he's planning to do something spectacular with the Satoshi holdings of BTC that have never moved. The exact number of Bitcoin in the Satoshi wallet or wallets is unknown, but it's speculated to be around 1 million BTC, also known as an over $57 billion prize. Why would I say prize? Well, Elon aka Satoshi is planning to launch the Satoshi Wallet and the keys to unlock it to Mars for the biggest space exploration race in history. First one to Mars gets it. Wouldn't that be a major incentive to reach the red planet? Teams would be furiously building and building and building to get the treasure. Why do I think that this may be the case? Well, remember what led me to think about Dogecoin being launched? The Spotify playlist hints he left. LMRST, Low Mass Radio Science Transponder. But before this, he left other hints. Let's listen in.
If you have seen the previous videos, then you know that Elon left a tweet of a Spotify playlist with some big hidden clues in it. In that video, we showed the letters Doge going up, plus the number 1, and the letters BTC going down right under it.
Oh, fudge, yeah, that was a major hint. Dogecoin number 1? First, let's launch it as an experiment, test it, and after what he hinted below, BTC. Second, the Satoshi Wallet. Cheers, I'll see you next time.